Good afternoon, friends. I have the very last bowl of tomatoes from the garden this year. Very last batch of green tomatoes. We've been doing so much tomato processing this weekend, but I'm happy to say it's the last of it. I've gotten enchilada sauce done, tomato juice, and spaghetti or pizza sauce. Today I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm super excited about it and kind of blown away that I can do it. And I think I can anyway. We are going to be making some sweet green tomato breads. I guess it's very similar to zucchini bread from what I've read. And I did not save very much shredded zucchini because I consumed most of it in my salsa and spaghetti sauces and pineapple zucchini. If you are interested in any of those videos, they're definitely all in our Preserving the Harvest playlist. But today we are going to be making those sweet breads that we all enjoy so much with our leftover green tomatoes. So we're gonna make a chocolate chip one and just a plain one with some raisins. Doesn't that sound fun? All right, first thing I have to do though is I've got way more than I probably need for, I think I'm gonna make 4 loaves of bread today for this. So the rest I'm just gonna process up and bag up and put in the freezer. So I have it for future bread recipes. And guys, I love my KitchenAid food processor, I really do. And I've used it a ton since I've gotten it. I lost a piece to it. Like there's a piece that you need to use the grater attachment and I can't find it. And I know it's my fault and it's gotten misplaced somewhere. It didn't get put back in the box with all of everything that it goes with. So I'm having to use my old trusty, my little Ninja. So it's gonna take a minute, but I need 2 cups of shredded, it said. We're gonna get it as shredded as we can using this green tomatoes for each recipe. So give me a second to get that done. And then we will come back and I'll show you guys the recipe and then we'll bake it together and we'll taste it together too. You guys, I'm pretty sure this is going to be my day in the kitchen. The very first recipe I bring to you that I don't make a mistake or do something wrong or forget something. So that hardly made a dent in the green tomatoes that I do have. So this is gonna go a long way. I got everything pre-measured, ready to go. I'm not gonna call out the measurements, just to let you know. I will leave the actual description of the recipe or the recipe in the description box below. Because I don't remember since I'm pre-measured everything out. I'll guess for you, but check the description. So the first thing that we're gonna do, is I've got 2 eggs, about a teaspoon of vanilla, 3/4 cups of sugar, and we're just gonna beat that together real quick. Get both of them ready to go. No, not today. I forgot oil. I was mixing it. I was like, how is there not oil in this? So a cup of oil. Let me just make sure that's right before I dump. Yes. 1 cup of oil. Lord have mercy. One of these days, I keep telling you, one of these days, guys, I will bring you a YouTube video in the kitchen, not making a mistake. Not today. Alrighty, to this we're gonna add our green tomatoes, our seasonings. This is cinnamon, salt, and then baking powder and baking soda, raisins, and our flour. And now to this one is the chocolate one. Tomatoes. This is going to be really moist, I think. Salt, cinnamon, baking powder, baking soda, cocoa, chocolate chips, and flour. Yes, I think I did that right. One of the flours had 1.5 cups. One of the flours had 2 cups. So I was just like, hopefully I got the right one. Oh, Lord. Honestly, Todd cracks up at me because he's often watching me. He's like, are you making yourself laugh again? I'm like, yes. You can't help when you're somebody like me and not laugh at yourself. Man, this seems very, very thin for batter bread. Well, this may not work out. Let's see. This one. It didn't say to drain the tomatoes. Okay, that one definitely feels a little thinner. We're gonna trust the process. Trust the process. Oops, missed some chocolate chips. Tastes good. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do is, because I only have so many bread pans, I think I'm gonna do muffins with the chocolate ones and bread with the plain. So I will see you guys back when they're filled out. While these are baking, I'm gonna finish chopping up the rest of these tomatoes, get those bagged up for the freezer. So let me see you guys back in a little bit after I clean up my mess. Don't drop. Alright, let's start with the chocolate one. I'm not worried about this one at all. It feels like what I'm used to with zucchini bread. But this one, for some reason, is way runnier. I'm not quite sure why. I love these little silicone muffin cups. They're pretty well non-stick. There's been a couple things I've cooked in them that they haven't acted as non-stick, but then you just pop them in your dishwasher or hand wash them, and you don't ever buy muffin cups again. So it's been really enjoyable to have them. And this, just in case anyone's interested, it's called a cookie scoop. I got it from a Pampered Chef party many moons ago when I was just a new mom. But I would imagine that it's still findable. Now these we will likely just, I know I will, I'll freeze them, and then Todd and I can pull out too when we need something sweet over the winter, and we'll have desserts for him and I. Alrighty, I have decided, let me bring you guys up here where you can see me. Let me talk to you. That I'm just gonna do the one bread with this one just to see how it turns out. I'm just really nervous that something went wrong with the recipe. And just see if it even cooks. And if it doesn't cook well, then I will not have wasted it all, and I can always just add a little bit more flour, baking powder and stuff, baking soda, to see if I can't fix it. It tastes great. I'm just worried that it's not gonna bake up right. All right, so oven's preheated to 350. The recipe that I'm following only has time for bread, so I'm gonna start watching it at about 20 minutes and just check it and see how long it needs to go. Okay, so here's a tip for anyone. When you're making a recipe for the first time, just by chance go and look and see if there's any reviews telling you from experience, hey, I tried making this, but I changed it this way, or I found that this was an issue. And somebody literally wrote, hey, if you're gonna use a food processor to process your tomatoes, drain them because their bread was way too wet. So, in prepping for all of these that are gonna be frozen, just got a colander here over the bowl. Whoops, put my thing back. And I'm going to drain them as I'm processing them so that some of that extra liquid comes out and I don't end up with a block of ice in my freezer bags. But everything's in the oven, cooking away, and I can't wait to taste it. Wet or not, I'm eating it because I just love sweets. Whew. Those are definitely ready. Oh, stop! I can't. Oh my goodness, guys, I cannot even. Stop! Not cool. Oh my god. Oh, absolute hilarity at this point. Okay, those are done. All right, let's check these ones down here. Good. Now the questionable. Yeah, definitely not done. That's gonna go for a while. I just turned the plain one back on for 20 minutes. It's super wet still yet. You guys, I hope that you laugh half as much at me as I do at myself. So I am now getting ready to bag up the green tomatoes. Look how much juice came out. I'd say that's a good 3 cups or so. So I'm going to do just like you would zucchini and just do 2 cup portions. And I can't believe I'm done with tomatoes. I think I have right at a dozen on the counter that are ripening that we'll just eat fresh, but no more processing. And here we go. I'll probably end up with 8 more servings of 2 cup portions so that I can use in really anything, but mostly sweets. But I could add this to, you know, any kind of dish. Pastas, soups. So don't be a Rachel in the kitchen. Anyway, I hope this gives you just another awesome idea on what you can do with those green tomatoes. Hold on a second. I'm gonna grab my most broken one. Still really hot. I just ate a piece, by the way. It's good. I mean, it honestly just tastes like, oh, yeah, the chocolate chips are really, really hot. Let me see if I can pull a piece off. I mean, can you guys see? Yeah, it's really steamy still. It just cooks up just like, it's delicious. You would never know it's made with green tomatoes. I think if anything, you know, like when you're eating zucchini, you can tell something's in it, but maybe there's not quite that much texture. With the green tomato, you definitely can tell that you're chewing on something, but it gives you just a burst of moistness. It's not a flavor really. So I'm writing this one down in my recipe book with the draining the tomato step. Definitely do that. I don't know if it's just certain tomatoes in that first batch were a wetter tomato. Not quite sure what happened there, but regardless, these chocolate ones are the bomb. talk to you guys later. Okay, just to be fair, there's the finished one. I ended up having to bake it 40 minutes. It's pretty well done. And to salvage the recipe of the others, I just added about a 1/3 cup of flour and a tablespoon of sugar just to balance out the extra flour. I don't know. I feel like I'm in America's Test Kitchen at this point. So we're going to put these in the oven, bake these starting at 20 minutes, check on them. And like I said though, this is a fantastic recipe. I hope you guys try it. If you do, leave it in the comments below and let me know what you think.